Well, how different is it starting the second half of the season 4-5 as opposed to 3-6? Because I like the way that you finished the game in Hamilton on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, we're not where we want to be, but our focus is now, pushing forward to be better than, what we were. Montreal's a good football team, and we got to, make sure this week is what it needs to be. We look at every game as a one-game season, basically, and our next opponent is a good opponent. And, defensively, they give you a lot of things. Offensively, they have the ability to be really explosive and stay on the field. So we got to make sure that we learn from our past and where we are, and understanding where we have to get to and what that looks like every day. And I thought today was a good start for that.
James Butler has been everything built and then some. I asked Nathan to describe him for me. He said flat out, dog. How would you describe what James Butler has meant to this football team and what he can do for you on offense, Buck?
Versatile, consistent, great teammate. You find out throughout training camp and as the weeks go on a little bit more about each guy, especially being a new system this year. So you identify certain things, and when you look at JB and what he's done, you continue to get excited about what you can do with him, and that's the exciting part. And he's very consistent, level-headed, a guy that just wants to improve and help his team win, and that's what you love about him.
How much does what he do also free up the rest of your offense in terms of now they're going to have to cover him if you use him coming out of the backfield because he's good as a runner, but you throw the ball to him, but then also maybe it frees up your other receivers. How much is that another added aspect?
Yeah, he's a guy you got to account for. Yeah. That's what it is. I think a lot of the things that he does just in the protection world and what, backs are asked to do in this league goes unnoticed. But, a leader, great communicator, just his presence in the offense and his, belief in where we're going and what we've done, it makes calling plays fun.
Your defense came up with a big play in overtime. Maybe the sack numbers quite aren't there yet, but I think the pressures are starting to be there too, Buck. What are you seeing from your defense and how much they've improved maybe? And maybe not getting the credit we should be giving them.
Yeah, I thought they played really hard. I thought they got, after the quarterback, they did some really nice things. You look at the energy and the way they played to start the game in the first quarter. In that first half was spectacular from them. I think they're playing hungry. They're growing. They're learning as a group, and it was good to see them have that type of success for sure.
Big game on Saturday. You get Montreal here, a team that you should beat, but also you got to establish some winning time at BC Place. You've only won once this year. What have you seen with your play at home, and how much do you need to improve your play at home?
Well, we got to focus on ourselves and the things that we've done, in those games. You take each game as its own entity, and you look at reasons for success and reasons for failure, and you address those and you try and move on. I know our guys. We're excited to be back home. We're excited to be in front of our fans. It's a great atmosphere every week there. We just got to clean up some things, and I know our players are excited to be back in BC Place. So we're looking forward to the opportunity.